Good evening. My name is Eric Story. I'm president currently of the Shepherds on Steel, Chapter 858 of the Christian Motorcyclist Association in Spring, Texas. I wanted to share just a few minutes with you, something that may encourage you if you've become discouraged as you've been out trying to reach souls for Christ and you haven't seen maybe the harvest that you wanted to see. You know, we go year after year to rallies and maybe homeless shelters and other outreaches in the prisons and so forth. And you plant a seed, but you don't really see any increase, and you become discouraged, and you maybe gotten to the point where you just don't want to go out and do it anymore. Well, I'm here to encourage you and share a story with you that maybe will get you back on your feet, maybe light a little fire in your heart, and hopefully maybe get you to sign up to work with us at the Lone Star Rally this year in Galveston, Texas. A few days ago, the church that I attended 5-6 years ago had a reunion for its old members. Now, I was busy all day teaching a class and was only able to get there for about the last 10 minutes of it. My wife and I walked in and we began to reminisce with some of our old friends. When one of them brought up a gentleman and introduced him to me and said he wanted to talk with me. So I walked over to him and he said, you probably don't remember me. Kind of reminded me of the old song, Thank You. He said, but in 1993, and immediately I began to think, man, that's 22 years ago. He said, in 1993, you picked me up under the bridge downtown, you and your wife. Y'all brought me to church. So then you even brought me to your home for a little while with your two little girls. He said, I didn't make a decision for Christ at that time. It was 5 or 6 years later before I gave my heart to the Lord. He said, but I want you to know, it was the seed you planted that touched my life 22 years ago. It's the reason I'm serving God today. I hadn't seen him in 22 years. But God brought him up to me to let me know that we sometimes plant the seed that we won't see the increase. We don't even know who came along and watered. But we know one thing, God brings the increase. He brings the harvest. But he needs workers out there in the field. And that's where you and I come in. You may not see someone that you've witnessed to, that you just shared a kindness with, ever come to the Lord. But 22 years later, they may walk up to you and let you know just what God did through you. Just like Kevin did with myself and with my wife, Sherry. In a very short time, Lone Star Rally is coming up in Galveston, Texas. We're looking for at least 200 workers, 200 members of Christian Motorcyclist Association to go out into a harvest field of 600,000 bikers that are primed and ready to receive the message that we have, the love of Jesus Christ. It takes no special training. You might just be collecting money and sharing a smile. Maybe you'll be working at the bike blessing table or over at in a hospitality tent. No matter where you're stationed, where you're working, just being there and smiling and letting them see your patch, giving them the opportunity to ask you about this Jesus you serve, you'll touch many lives. Every year when we go back to rallies, the secular bikers walk up to us and tell us how grateful they are we're there and we're doing what we're doing. And all I'm asking for you to do is just maybe volunteer 4 hours of your time early November for the Lone Star Rally. And just see what God will do through you. You may not see the results right away. You may not even see them on this side, like when Kevin walked up to me and told me about 22 years earlier. But when you get to heaven, oh, what a blessing it'll be. When you see all the lives you touch, the bikers, the homeless men and women, the prisoners, all of those others that you've just shared how much Jesus loves them with, even if just by a smile and a kind deed. What a blessing that will be. Join with us, volunteer, sign up to work the Lone Star Rally. I hope to see you there. Thank you.